Hello, everybody. Hope you're all doing very well. Thank you very much for joining me this Friday evening. It's August the 26th, about 8 p.m., and we're going to take a look at how Bitcoin ended up finally breaking down today after much conviction from the bears to drive down the price. Before we begin, I'd appreciate it if you gave me a like, hit the subscribe button, and the notification button if you'd like to follow when I post. Thank you very much for joining me. And just to let everybody know, there's a 7-day trial right now for my Discord group. When the market is very slow, you can visit Philakone.com, join my Discord group, focus on education, focus on learning, focus on building that discipline so that when the bull market does come, your skills are going to be not up here, not down here anymore, but more so up there. During these markets, when it's like this, as much as we would love to find these trades every single day, like I remember back in August and September last year when the bull market lasted all the way till the end of November almost, it was really easy to find a trade, really easy to make money as well. Then unfortunately December till pretty much now, the market has been free falling almost, right? And during these times, it's good to be extra cautious. I'm so cautious with my trading right now that I have not taken a trade since last Friday when I came back from Rome. I've just been sitting on the sidelines, but still here for literally 8 to 12 hours a day, trying to find some trades with the group. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of trades worth my risk right now. I always tell my followers and just my students in general that the best traders are the ones that think about how much they can lose, how much risk there is, rather than what they could possibly win. If you keep getting blindsided by the possible profits, you start to ignore the risks. And once you ignore the risk, unfortunately, that's going to cause FOMO and greed, and you're not going to exercise the same type of discipline if you were to just focus on being safe and managing your risk. So right now, Bitcoin has been absolutely taking a nosedive. We saw this structure over here. Okay, first of all, let's recap everything that's happened. Bitcoin reaches a high back in about November, gets to about 69K. It free falls down here, right? Makes it some ABC perhaps. It ends up rallying about 47%, right? And then we end up breaking even these lows very clearly. This wasn't a very important low in my opinion, right around here. And then once we broke it, and it was demarcated since it was established since May the 17th of last year, right? So it's a long time support in my opinion. We held here last time for about 63 days. And then now we fell way below it in about June. And that's where the market started to really take a nosedive. I'd say it was about June where we broke this range. You could have moved it a little bit lower for sure, around here. And then we moved down a whopping, I think 30% or so. 38%. And since then, the market hits the low of about 17K back in June the 18th. That's where everybody started losing a lot of money for their long-term holds, right? And then it creates this type of channel. Okay, this type of channel, I thought it would have held on a little bit longer, in my opinion, right around here. I'm not sure if it was even a channel. Okay, like it might, you can argue that. You can argue that pretty strongly, like it might have been a channel, it might not have been, it might be very subjective. The thing about drawing trend lines is that it's very subjective, right? I mean, who knows? One could argue that we didn't even fall through it yet, right? Like one could argue that this is the actual trend line right here, right? One could argue that this is the one right here and we fell below it already. So in my opinion, this one's fairly accurate because if you take a look at the open and the closes for each one, held on pretty decently, but we got to disregard that because it's too subjective based on the two that I've shown you. So we take a look at the lows on July the 19th, or sorry, the 17th, and then we take a look at July the 26th. That was clearly a low, right around here. Pretty much where we're at almost right now. This low was 26,900, which is pretty much exactly what we're at right now, right? It was more so this range here. This low here was 2750 around. So we're exactly pretty much during these ranges already. So are we going to hold? Because if we don't hold here right now, if we don't recover, if the bulls don't recover, we're going to fall to the previous one down over here, which is $18,900. Taking a look at one support region at a time, we take the previous low or the previous high as a support in the short term. It's called the interim, the in-between resistance or support. And right now, Bitcoin's taking a beating. But this right here could have been in the channel, right? But it was more so a bearish run since August the 19th there. So for 7 days, literally 7 days since the drop, 7 days, 8 hours, it did nothing at all except for show this bearish pattern. And if we ended up breaking this range over here, like just showing you the range, okay? Do you see how flat that is, the open and the closes? If we broke 21,500 range, we would have ended up flying to around here, 22,600. But I don't think that's happening anymore, considering we just ended up tanking in the market. This is a very nasty 2-hour candle. It's one of the biggest ones I've seen in the past 30 days of 6%. Last time we saw this type of candle was over here, where this one fell down 7%. And that was all the way back in August 19th, right? So that was a pretty nasty candle as well. And before that, there hasn't really been any 6% drops. Nothing really at all. So these two drops were very significant. So now the question is, the previous low at 18,900, are we going to get there? So it's a really scary time right now. But either way, I'm still dollar cost averaging every single 2 weeks. I'm buying $2,000 every 2 weeks. The public portfolio is taking a beating. My long-term portfolio, my own personal portfolio, the private one, is taking an absolute beating as well right now. If anybody says they're doing well in the market, that's absolutely not true, because it's really difficult to be doing well long-term over years with this drop right now. I'm sure that a lot of people's entries are well below, right, $20,000 they've been holding for long-term. But in terms of comparative to the recent high in late October, early November, of course, everyone's portfolio has been taking a beating. But I know that a lot of people are still holding right now. A lot of the serious holders that I know personally, friends, they're still holding, like friends online rather, they are still holding their $1 million portfolios, as am I as well. I'm still going to be dollar cost averaging because I don't know when the bottom is. You don't know when the bottom is. Nobody can claim that they can catch the bottom. Bottom catchers, they get really lucky. Like, it's not a combination of skill and luck. It's more so just luck with a little bit of skill, I'd say. And sometimes the people that wait for the bottoms, they don't actually get there. And because it doesn't get there, they're waiting for that price point still, but the bull market begins. And then all of a sudden, they're like a deer caught in the headlights. What do I do? Where do I enter? When do I buy? That's why I'd rather just enter now. And a lot of people make that argument like, but hey, we're going to get to 14,000. You're going to be down like, 30-40% in your portfolio. But those are the people that they don't know either, right? They don't know if it's going to get to 12K, 10K, maybe 20K, maybe 18, maybe 17. I just know that fundamentally, Bitcoin is struggling right now. It's waiting for some major policies to be made. And without these policies and without regulation, it's not going to get to where we want it to be. When the regulation for stablecoins come into play, we're going to see massive institutions, trillions of dollars, in my opinion, or billions of dollars pour into the crypto market overnight. But right now, a lot of big institutions are still on the sidelines, right? So, in my opinion, it's going to be maybe another year and a half. So now it's a really good time to start learning, start studying, start perfecting your skills. The last thing you want to do is start learning about crypto, how to day trade, how to invest when the bull market has already began. Because you need to focus your energy on trading and on investing and then dollar cost averaging and buying on dips. It's not a time to be focusing on studying, right? So now's a great time to study. That brings me to my September package that I have. Every month, I skipped last month though, I allow 10 people to join my Discord group with a massive discount. And it's over $2,000 normally. But for September, 3 slots are already sold. So there's only 7 left. Please DM me. It's over 2,000. It's going for $1,050. And what you get is a lifetime Discord membership with me and my trading group. I'm sure that the people that have been in it for a long time know that when I'm active and it's a good market, I crush these trades. I share a lot of my trades. I answer tons of questions. And the goal is to educate people and help them overcome these obstacles that they've had. Okay? And you can check it out at philakone.com, see my courses, see my Discord group. So anyways, it's $10.50. Comes with my Discord group for life. It comes with my course version 2.0 courses. That's 29 hours over 53 53 lessons. You get my course version 2.0 book as well. That's a pretty good package to me, I think. And you also get a Team Philakone merchandise t-shirt. So once again, you get the lifetime Discord membership. You get the course version 2.0 online. You get the course version 2.0 book. And you get a Team Philakone merch. So come study with me, guys. You just never know how much you're going to learn. So it's a good time to make an investment in yourself. 7 slots left. I hope to see a lot of you guys in my group. So right now, taking a look at Bitcoin, we see that the weekly, okay, the weekly is still crossing up. But these are lagging indicators, right? They're really lagging. By the time that you even notice it crossing over, it's already too late. Let me give you an example. On a weekly, how lagging it is. You got to have like a long time. So look at this right here. Okay, this one crossed over around here. Like this is the first one up. So for that one there, when it crossed upwards on the MACD, it was already too late. The doji already showed, right? You can't just buy in a crossover because the doji showed it, then we started downtrending. So here, despite us crossing upwards, it means nothing, guys. It really does mean nothing in my opinion. On the 4-day, we're going down. On the 3-day, we're going down. On the 2-day, we're already down. On the daily, we're already down as well. So right now, all time frames are actually indicating going to the downside. So the question is, how is this support going to hold up? Is that going to be the support? 18,900? Is this going to be the support where I'm drawing something like that? Where this one's a little bit more subjective, but it accounts for the bodies of the opens and the close. Will this be it right here? Right? Will this be it? Trend lines, trend lines, trend lines. The most reliable one, in my opinion, will be the $18,900 range. We're seeing our size is getting pretty low right now. It's getting back down to the 30s, right? The 3 hours is already below 30. 2 hours getting there as well. This was a massive candle. Like if you guys followed that trade, or that just how it went, how we were trying to break above here, right? Like right this resistance right here at 21,550. That's kind of the big number. And you followed it in a 5-minute time frame, you would have seen that it tried to break above it hard. It did like 4%, stayed above there a little bit in the bull trapped region, right around there, and then it just ended up capitulating like literally 6%, 6.5% today. So that was a pretty scary move in my opinion. If you ask me, like, are we bearish or bullish? I'm pretty neutral right now, but more so bearish to neutral. But I'm definitely not bullish. It's hard to be bullish right now, right? But still, I'm going to be dollar cost averaging long term. I plan to do very well in the next few years because I'm dollar cost averaging, and I understand that you're not going to catch the bottom, but dollar cost averaging, it's going to help you stay in the game. It's going to help you catch major dips when things are reaching very oversold regions. Makes sense to buy whether it's the bottom or not, especially for top coins that I think are going to do very well. Like Cardano's going to do great in my opinion. XRP, still one of my favorites. Elrond, EGLD, Matic, Sol, Fitfy. I love Fitfy. DOT, AVAX, F, HBAR. HBAR is one of my favorites as well. And Atom. So these guys are the ones that I'm holding right now, okay? As you can see, they're all taking major dips. And everyone's portfolio is going to probably be dipping for a long time. Unfortunately, Bitcoin looks like it's going to be heading to $18,900. There's no questions about it that that's the next reasonable support range. I mean, all we got to do is break down here a little bit more. Like, no joke. We just got to break literally right here. This guy right here just needs to break. And if it doesn't break, maybe we'll get a chance for a rally. But if it does break, like down, this is the previous low for July the 26th, about a month ago. If that breaks, guys, you're gonna see it free fall, like absolutely free fall, completely down to 18,900. I wouldn't hesitate for a moment to short it. If like my goal is this, guys. Okay, my goal is in here in that range. If we fall down, okay, I'm not gonna buy in the breakout because it's too risky. If we break it and then we retest it and then it fails again, okay, if it fails, I would probably enter it on that break. I don't think I'll enter it on this retest. Not enough confirmation for me because you never know, it might just spike right back in. But if it fails the retest and it gets close to this bottom, that's the one I'll probably end up shorting on the break down, right? So that's about 2-3%. I'll get, actually it's a lot of percents. That's 7%. If I play $1 million, which I've been playing a lot of lately, anywhere between 500k to 1 million is my typical size now. I can make anywhere between 30,000 to 60,000 just because I was patient and waited for the right trade. So these are my thoughts for Bitcoin, guys. If we hold above 20,750 range, and if we break above 21,600 range about, we could have a chance to hit 22.6 still. But if we fall below this previous low right there, which is exactly where we're at right now, we're going to hit 18,900. If there's a retest, great. I want a retest. I want to bounce here first, and then a retest, and then a break below the last low. And that'll be my entry. Right here is going to be my entry on the break to the downside. That's going to be the one that's going to pay my bills. So these are my thoughts, guys. Thank you very much for joining me tonight. Make sure you're hitting that like, subscribe, and notification button. And make sure you guys are signing up for the 7-day Discord trial as well, just to see how the group is, all right? If you decide to stay, stay. If not, cancel it. It's not going to cost you anything to try it out. Not only that, I hope to see a lot of you guys join me for my lifetime Discord membership for $10.50 as well. It's going to be sold out probably in the next 3 days, I'm guessing. And then after that, I'll do it again in September. Have a great night, and thank you very much for watching me. Bye now.